So, thank you. Thank you very much. Welcome again to another interview with an incredible woman that I am so thrilled to be interviewing. My name, if those of you who don't know, my name is Moira Doherty, and I am business coach and mentor to women in midlife. I'm the founder of the WOWS Collective and the WOWS Hub membership. So I live and breathe inspiring and helping women to change their life midlife. And today I am talking to the amazing Mandy Blatch, who is an absolutely brilliant woman and an inspiration. So Mandy, welcome. Would you like to introduce yourself and tell us what you do and how you've changed your life in midlife?
I'm Mandy Blatch, as Moira said. I have had an interesting journey. I started my own business when I was 42, and I continued that for 12 years. Then I sold it, and then I went into another business, and after 3 years we sold that. And then from there I've been helping people get traction and find direction and clarity. So that's where I've been.
Lovely. And what sort of challenges, how did you find your clients? And obviously you've been a businesswoman for quite a long time, but as we're getting older and we're all getting older, have you found it more difficult? Because that is part of the things that I'm talking about, is how women often don't have confidence as they get older. They don't have the confidence to change their lives. Have you found that as you've got harder? Have you found people judge you more or things like that?
I think there tends to be a view that when you get older, you're less capable. And that's just, it prevails in sort of a work society. And I certainly found that if I've ever tried to apply for a job, which happened a couple of times, you know, the message was, well, you're old, you should be grateful for whatever you can get. And that's just so wasteful, because actually older women have lots of talents. You know, they've got experience, they can bring so much to workplace, and yet it's not really recognised, which I find quite sad.
It's awful. It's really, really awful. It's all about looks and things like that, and not really about the knowledge and the experience and all the other things that we bring to the table, which are absolutely invaluable, but they're not valued, unfortunately. So what is your new business? I know you're on a quite a new venture at the moment. I know you're going on courses and learning all sorts of things. So that is another thing, that we can all learn things as we get older. So what is your new venture?
My new venture is called From Business Startup to Business Savvy. And it's all about, in my experience, where I've been helping businesses, they get to a size where, or a time when people lose momentum, and whether that's, you know, they feel overwhelmed by it, or they lose momentum, or other things distract you, and it all becomes a bit of a blur, and you lose that pathway forward and that clarity of how do I go forward again. And it doesn't necessarily mean about growth either. It means about just getting to where you want to be and to maintain the status quo so you can remain there.
And are you finding that you ever get overwhelmed by things like, even things like learning new tech as things go on? Have things like that been a challenge?
Tech, I think if you didn't grow up with it, it's a very steep learning curve, but it's not unsurmountable, and anybody actually can do it if you have the time to learn it, and you get someone who's a really good teacher to teach you. And if anything I've learned is, if it's too time consuming for you to do it, get somebody else to do it. Because the money you spend against the money you save in terms of you not doing it for time is huge. And if you can use that time to do something more profitable for yourself, and I don't mean in money, it can mean in anything, then that's the way to go.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And we can learn things. We really, really can learn things as we get old, but we often look at things, because I think, and I think you're going to back me up, even though starting and growing a business is hard work, and I'm not a person that will ever say that it's not going to be hard work, because it is jolly hard work, particularly in the early days. It doesn't have to be difficult.
No, there is a knack of actually sort of seeing something and understanding how you can manipulate it to become easier for you. And you know, if it's about doing the right thing the right way that suits your talents, because if you try and beat yourself up about something you're not very good at, it's never going to go forward very happily. So it's just having that inner sort of realization that actually maybe I need to do this first. I'm really good at this, so I'll do this. I'm not so good at that, right? We'll find another way of doing that. And it's that flexibility that allows you to go on and do what you want.
So so Mandy, what is your where are you going next? What is so a lot of women in midlife, people think that we get to a certain age and we put our slippers on and an old jumper and nestle in by the fire and do nothing else but watch daytime television. And if anybody out there, if that's what you want to do, that is absolutely fine. But for many of us, that isn't our preferred choice. We want to suddenly become the women that perhaps we couldn't be when we had young children, that now is our time. So what is next for you, Mandy? Because I know that you're a very exciting woman and always very positive.
I think for me, this new thing that I'm doing is something I have never done before. I have never ever ventured into this particular arena, and for me, it's the challenge of seeing if I can make it work. And that, to me, I take it in small steps. If I can just do this next step, I can get to X, then I can get to Y, then I can move on, you know. And I think that's the way to do it. You know, if you slice and dice it, you can do it. If you look at it in its entirety, you go, oh, maybe not. But that's not true. It's absolutely not true. And, you know, the opportunities today are so much greater than they ever were in the days gone by. And women can do so much more if they want to do it. And, you know, for me, you're right, everybody's different. But for me, if I don't go forward and learn from things, then I feel I've kind of stopped. So it's important for me to keep going forward and to be heard. You know, I don't want to lose my voice. I don't want to become invisible. I want still to have a presence, and that this allows me to do that.
Exactly, it really does. And it is important that we all have our voice. It is important that society doesn't make us feel that we have had our time. It's very, very important indeed. That's obviously, I know that you'll feel as strongly about it as I do, because we've had many conversations about it. But it's really, really important that all women are able to feel that they can do and have whatever they want. It doesn't matter about age. And so just before we finish, and I'm really excited about your new business, and I know you will help people who are starting up. Is it anybody in particular? Is it men, women, a certain age, or who are you targeting?
It's just ladies, because actually in the business world, unfortunately, we're still trying to catch up. I mean, men have it more sort of easier than women do, particularly in the startup phases. And as much as, you know, it pains me to say that, unfortunately it's true. And women have a harder job getting out there and being heard and being seen and being taken seriously. And those are all about the messaging and, you know, how it looks, how it's presented. And those are really important things. And that's what I want to help with. So women can move on and achieve what they want to achieve.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes, absolutely. And the more of us that stand up and say that, the better. So if you have had any advice to anybody, somebody that's just they're now sitting in a corporate job, or they've maybe just been made redundant and they're thinking, I really want to, this is the thing that I've been thinking about for ages, now is the time to do it, but I'm not sure, am I too old, am I, you know, am I going to be judged, what my friend's going to think, and all of these things. What is your advice?
You're never too old. Don't worry about anybody judging you. The only thing that matters is you, and believe in yourself, and you'll do it.
Exactly.
And that's it. That's the bottom line. Just carry on, believe in yourself, and just have that vision and that objective, and you will get there.
And do you find it helps if you surround yourself with other like-minded women? Because sometimes it can feel alone. You can feel alone, can't you?
Totally. It's very isolating. You know, if you are on your own and you try and do something that is new to you, and you have no support, because actually you can't say to somebody, oh, do you know what, I'm not quite sure about this, what do you think? It's vital you have that feedback, because actually as soon as you don't feel alone, you have strength. there is strength in numbers always, and that is what will support you and make you buoyant and, you know, make things happen.
Yeah, exactly. And again, I know that you're going to build a lovely community. I've already got a lovely community, and it is important that people become parts of community, because when you leave the job, and it's a job that you want to leave, and you want to grow your wings and fly, but you forget that it's the people that are in the office that support you that you miss.
It's that network, it's that support network that is at work. As soon as it's gone, you need to replace it, because it's vital to your physical and mental well-being that when you're starting something, you have that, so that you can bounce around and not feel sort of diminished, if you like. So yeah, it's really, really important.
Yeah, really. Well, thank you very much for taking time out to speak with me today, Mandy. You are an inspirational woman. You are an extremely strong woman. I can't wait. I know that this next business, you said this is a new arena. You don't know if it's going to work. I know it will work, because I know that you're a determined lady and you're going to make it work. And I can't wait to see it grow. But thank you so much for coming. And I hope everybody has enjoyed this interview, and your positiveness, you ooze positiveness, which is absolutely brilliant. So thank you very much. Yeah.
Thank you for having me on.
All right. Thank you very much. Take care, Mandy, and we will see each other soon.
Bye.
Bye.